Hello, my name is Pat Robb. I'm a blue-collar worker just like 120 million of you out there. And I know I only got a few moments to capture your attention, but here it is. I have a blue-collar bailout plan. It's what I call a blue-collar multi-million-dollar bailout plan. We take the $10 trillion that's already been approved for this bailout, and we take in $10 trillion a year, every year for 5 years. That's 60 months. That's $50 trillion that we never have to invest in this plan ever again. We never have to do this ever again. Because once we do this, it'll roll over every 5 years, double every 5 years. We take $1 million, we give 10 million people an interest-free loan for 60 months. Put $700,000 in CDs at 3 to 5%. You can go right now, get online, check it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. In fact, I want you to verify everything I'm telling you for yourself. Don't take my word for it. That you can get for a $100,000 jumbo CD, you get 3%. If you put more than one CD in a bank, they will give you 5%. That's an earned interest of $2.25 million over 60 months. At the end of 60 months, you pay your $1 million loan back. You pay your 18% flat rate tax on the balance, and you still got the principal left. And you got that. Go back to the beginning, and you got the $300,000 in your name in a checking account in your name. This money is for you to spend on whatever it is you want to spend it on: a car, a home, TV videos, clean up your credit, pay off your debts, get everybody you know out of debt, whatever you want to do. Invest in Airbus, invest in corporate America. Put them to work for you instead of them going, hey, if you don't like it, there's the door.
Okay, what is the proof of the plan will work?
The proof that the plan will work is this. We, like you already know, we already approved $10 trillion for financial bailout. We used $700 billion and we put it in at the top of the pyramid. What happened was that money got down to the executive level, and that's where it stopped. I didn't get any, you didn't get any. So what we do instead is we fill this, we take that $10 trillion, we take all of it, we put it in at the bottom of the pyramid, and we fill the pyramid from the bottom up. Everybody gets their share. And you get a second chance. You must blow all that money in the beginning, but you get a second chance. You get another chance. When this rolls over, you still got the principal plus what's left after paying taxes on the earned interest.
Who qualifies for these loans?
We set qualifications. We set qualifications for this loan because if we don't, there'd be total chaos, and the plan, we can give money away, but we can't give it all away at once. And the qualification for this loan is this. Requirements be 35 to 65 years of age, owe less than $4,000 a year in previous year income tax, natural born citizen, fixed income or proof of employment. And these requirements set limits so that everybody can qualify. Those who don't can eventually qualify. All they have to do is try.
How does this affect the budget?
The budget. This is how it affects the budget. You can't have a budget. Every blue-collar housewife, every blue-collar businessman I know knows you can't have a budget if you don't know how much money's coming in. And when you're talking about spending $3 trillion a year, when you multiply that out and figure it out for yourself, when you're spending $3 trillion a year, we apply an 18% flat rate tax on personal income, period, whether it be $1,000 a year or $100 billion a year. You pay 18% flat rate tax on your personal income. That sets your budget. Now, at the end of 5 years, we start putting this $10 trillion back into the kitty, paying off the deficit. We can make them wait for their money. That's just like any blue-collar person knows, hey, I'm paying my rent first. Everybody else is going to come second. Well, that's what this $10 trillion a year is. We're paying our rent first. We're taking care of ourselves first. This plan will work for everybody. Start at the bottom and work your way up. The guy that's busting his ass for a living, he pays his bills. And he's paid his bills, his boss has paid his bills. The boss pays the bills, and so on and so forth. Still, the money winds up at the top of the pyramid, and all those corporations still get their share of it. This time they don't have to borrow and pay it back. That's what we invested the $700,000 into these banks for, to bail them out so that corporations can go borrow money from them so that we can make money.
What about charities and health care?
Charities. Anybody, I feel like this. Charities are going to benefit from this the most, because most of the people in our society, you get $300,000 in cash money to spend on whatever you want, and you don't donate it, a percentage of that to charities, shame on you. Healthcare is, well, I'll put it like this. Healthcare, if I can afford to take care of myself, I can afford healthcare. If they're going to make mandatory healthcare, then what we should do is take this $1 million interest-free loan, bump it up to $5 million, 5 million people, $5 million. That'll strengthen our economy at a slower but steadier, more permanent pace. And like I said, if you got to make it mandatory, healthcare insurance mandatory, $5 million is probably the way to go. In closing, I'd like to say this: there's 120 million of us out there in our society. That's 51% of the voting society. We qualify for this loan right now, as it is. And if we want this, we could have it in 90 days. All you have to do is write a letter to Washington, D.C., Mr. President, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., 20500. Tell him this is what you want: a $1 million or a $5 million bailout plan. And this is our money. This is the thing you need to understand more than anything else. This is our money. If 120 million of us say this is what we want, then the president has an obligation to back it up, because he does represent us, not the Congress, not the Senate, not corporate America, and not the lawyers. So write you a handwritten letter to the President of the United States saying this is what you want: 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., 20500. Mr. President, please, I mean no offense. I don't mean to take anybody off, but I have plans here in this folder. You know, they don't need this much legalese to get this done. I got 4 pages on each of these plans, and they're simple. I can help you with humanitarian aid and relief around the world that's self-sustaining, that will never need another dollar. I can help you with health care. Give me a chance to prove this, and I can. One man before me said, there's nothing I can do with my $40 billion in profit to ease the public suffering. Mr. President, please, you give me $40 billion, and I'll put an end to poverty in this country as we know it today. All I'm asking you is to give me a chance. And anybody that thinks they have a better plan than this one, I will debate my plan, pros and cons, anywhere, any place, anytime, against anybody. Bring it on. Thank you very much. My name is Pat Robb. I have talked to 10,000 people here in North Texas who agree with me. I'm not the only one. So please give me the benefit of the doubt. Thank you very much.